Prophetkey is my relation name. Okay? My relation name, Prophetkey. But I'm called Naya Bokwa AD Opa Yezian. I am a Liberian from Nimba County. And an African who created his own religion. So my relation name is Prophetkey. That's my relation title. I am a Liberian, a Nimbayan, an African.
Thank you. Thank you, Prophetkey. So
I think lower the monitor he got back there. Yeah, mute the monitor and have so we can get feedback.
So again, I would like to say thank you. We know that you are aspiring to run for the Senate in 2023. What led you to that decision?
Because I see that Prince Johnson is not delivering what the Nimba needs. So I have to come in to deliver what the people need. Prince Johnson been into making 18 years and nothing working for the people of Nimba. After war, there should be development that come after. We saw it with the revolution.
Prophetkey, I think Prophetkey in the escalation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's much delay from his end. So let's just see whether he can refresh his device and come back.
Hopefully.
CEO, can you inbox it?
Yeah, let me try to do that quickly.
So that was a great question. Prophetkey, we all know him, be an advocate.
Yeah.
But now he's jumping. He wants to represent his people. He don't want to be behind the camera anymore. Yeah, so he wants to go into the Senate. So what really sparked that ambition? What really sparked that? Actually want to know you himself. I reached out to so many people, and I can tell you, it still sounds funny until Prophetkey actually make it. It sounds hilarious to so many people, but Prophetkey has to really, really come and make a case tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Prophetkey, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you get the question, or you want me to send the question back to you?
Yeah, but I got the question. I think I answered the question, but I will repeat. I said that I decided to run because Nimba deserved better, and Prince Johnson, who have been elected 2 times and gone 16 years, has done nothing for the people of Nimba. So I see the reason to come to help my people because I am a Nimbayan. Prince Johnson is not more Nimbayan than me, and no one is more Liberian than me. So I should come through to help my people. It's like a beauty passion. If the most beautiful woman doesn't present herself for the beauty passion, the ugly woman will take the title. Okay, she will win.
So I would like to go to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you can go ahead and place your questions to the Prophetkey, our guest for today.
Yeah. Prophetkey, thank you for coming tonight to have the meeting with us, Asia Premier Platform. And I think this is my first time, interacting with you on the show or in person. I hope he's listening because it's like he's He freezing. Okay.
Yeah,
Prophet, are you there?
I think the
But
prophet is listening.
Yeah, he's hearing
Yeah,
you.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm also an Nimbadian from my father is from Zogat district, Bauklan, Bétier, and my mother from Touestan. So I know a lot about the county and Liberia at large. So I'm listening to your answer and or your response to the first question there. You talk about Prince Johnson is not doing well. He's not working in the interest of the Nimbadian people. So you want to go and help your people. So that will bring me to the question of what are those things that you think that if you were in the shoe of Prince Johnson, you could have done that he, Prince Johnson, have not yet delivered to the Nevadian people? That's my first question.
So I should answer the first question.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, first thing first, Prince Johnson has not been able for the people of Nimba to have control over the Nimba Development Fund. The people of Nimba have no control over their money. Every government that comes take our money to enrich themselves. Arsenal mental been in Liberia during the time of Judy Bryant in 2005. Okay, when Helen came in, she took over and they renewed the agreement. Our people are not benefiting from the corporate social responsibility that was promised them. And Prince Johnson said make it clear that Nima is supposed to receive 1.5 million annually, because in the agreement, Aston Metal gave 3 million to 3 counties, and Nima get 50%. That Nima, that Bon, and that Grand Bassa, Nima get 50%. So we receiving 1.5 million annually. But your lawmaker, your so-called godfather, came in front of the public and said, oh, they gave him the money. He cried, baby. He doesn't know how to get the money that intended for us. So when I come to power, I will see to it that money will leave from the escrow account. It will go into the county account and we'll use that money to develop Nima. Our infrastructures, we will build roads, we will pave all our major counties, all our major cities, our major cities, we will pave it. And we'll invest into healthcare. We will invest into security. We will invest into agriculture. Because a hungry man is not a free man. A hungry man can be used by anybody at any time. So that would be the first step. You cannot run a county without money. You cannot run an enterprise without money. And the money for the county is our natural resources that are taken away. It's not coming back. So the little that we can receive from it, we need to use it to benefit our people. But we are not receiving it. And Prince Johnson made it clear that the money is not coming. But what happened behind the scenes is that when Prince Johnson talks, the gay lake court, he used it to do a own private project. Like the university he built. That Prince Johnson own private project. The money coming to the county, but Prince Johnson doing well individually. This is not about individual. It's about a people. It's about a county. It's about a well-being of the people that have been marginalized.
Yeah, Prophetkey. Let me try to comment on that. You see, when you point out a single person in a county or in the leadership based on your interests, I would like to make mention on some of the things that you said. Prince Johnson have not been able to deliver, like you talk about ArcelorMittal issues. Prince Johnson has been pushing the issue of ArcelorMittal. Jeremiah Kuhn has been pushing the same issues. And this is their job. We watch the county council sitting. All the lawmakers, the elder council, they go to Sunny Cody and make decisions based on development and the way forward. So during the times of Early Johnson Sally, Prince Johnson made a lot of statements concerning this county development fund. And before Prince Johnson comes to office as a senator, Liberian government were already owing Nimba County when it comes to county development fund. And as we speak, over 6 million are still to be corrected. The government is owing Nimba County when it comes to county development fund. And we are not the only person that the government of Liberia is owing. The government of Liberia is owing other people. And they also have people who they are senators, they are representatives and other things. So when you just go to the point that he is not delivering, it means that he has not been speaking on behalf of that. They have not been working when it comes to negotiating for this money. And I want you to know that they've been working in that direction, and the county council setting, they also generate funds and go there to see about the development of Nimba. So I just want to correct you on that they've been making
You're
some
not
work.
correcting me. You're only backing Prince Johnson. You're not correcting me. You only because you're the Nimba, you're always backing that killer who have done nothing for you. You're not correcting me. You're only backing Prince Johnson.
So as we speak,
action are two different things.
As we speak right now,
blah blah blah.
As we speak right now, this year council setting, we expect Nimba to present the caucus to present 2.5 million for it to go to development. So I want you to make a case against the senator so that we the Nibarian can be able to buy the case. And what are the things that you're going to bring on board as an incoming senator? That's my next question, and then my colleagues can.
I just gave you the first one. Your county development fund. ArcelorMittal and how you call it, and the people of Nimba County, there's a corporate social agreement between us. Every year we're supposed to receive 1.5 million. Okay? Since 2007 till now, that 21 million, we're not getting the money. And you're saying that Prince Johnson, or we're breaking the case. Saying something and taking action are two different things. You just talking and they put up benefiting. What can you do to make the county benefit? You have to.
But we had 2.5 million. We have 2.5 million now.
Emmanuel, let me talk. Go ahead, Prophetkey. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Let me talk. That's what we're talking here.
Go ahead.
What the fuck you give me to talk?
Prophetkey, go ahead. You are protected.
What's your language, Prophetkey?
I'm not here for elected people. I'm not here for elected people.
Emmanuel,
you give me chance, let me talk.
The guest chance, Emmanuel.
You have to give me chance, let me talk. I know you're your father. Give me chance, let me talk.
You ask a question, let him know.
Ask a question, I like to talk. Because most of you don't know how to have conversation. You ain't know it.
Prophetkey, go ahead.
Proceed, Prophetkey, and just watch your language.
Go ahead.
Bring me here, let me talk. That confusion over here. You talk. You gave me question. Now I'm trying to flow. You let myself fighting over words.
Go ahead, Prophet. Go ahead.
Me and primitive people get level. You get my nerves. Unless
civilized
people always get poor chance to talk. You gave me chance to talk. I gave you chance to talk. Then we debate the issue. We're not fighting over words.
Go ahead. Continue.
So,
John, we're not hearing the prophet. Go ahead.
I think the prophet is frozen again.
Okay. Like I said, Prince Johnson saying something and applying action are two different things. I come and just talk with no action, nothing going to work. Prince Johnson said, Kim and just said he's not receiving the money. And the money is not in our account. You know what they call escrow account? Escrow account is the account that is managed by agent. So somebody works us to define it. Escrow account is an account that's controlled by agents. And the agent gets instructions from somewhere to be able to use the money the way they want to disperse it. So saying it, why the action put in place to make the people in Nimba get what belongs to them? That's what we put in here. Saying there's another thing, but doing it. Prince Johnson needs to send a stronger message. People call you Godfather of Nimba, Godfather. So Godfather is not a title. Godfather is the title, but the title goes with action. Aslam Bita taking our resources out of the country, carrying it abroad, and the letters we receive, we getting it. That there be a set in protest. That Prince Johnson called the people in Nimba and said, gentlemen, this is it. When those were oppressing our people, what we did, we stood up. That war was a protest. That war was a protest. So there should be a protest that will stop Arsenal Meta from taking our resources without we benefiting. So when the people come outside to protest against Arsenal Meta, automatically there will be a solution. When you use talk, and talking working, you use action. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Prophetkey. Before we move on, this is the Diaspora Talk, Asia Premium Live. I would like to ask our audience to please share our video and our discussion. Please share it. Just hit the share button as we move on with this very interesting discussion with Prophetkey. He's here today. He's our guest. Moving on, Emmanuel. Go ahead and not Emmanuel, but Gabriel, you can go ahead and ask the prophet and the central aspiring two questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank Prophetkey again for his third appearance on the Asia Premier platform, the Diaspora Talk. So my first two questions are, incoming senator, I just want to know where this whole ambition of becoming a senator is actually sourcing from. Where is it coming from? Is it a call for help movement from the Nimbayans, or is just a self-political ambition? I mean, did the Nimbayan people actually sit and think that they need somebody to actually deliver them from the hands of Prince Johnson, or it's just something that yourself, I mean, you just politically desire, or instantaneously you just want to do it? And my second question is, when it comes to politics, there are two capitals you need. That is the intellectual capital and the influential or the popularity capital. That's the political capital, yes. Do you have the intellectual capital to dislodge Prince Johnson? That first they go to the political capital, which has to do with influence and popularity. Do you have that capital?
Thank you. First thing for Prince Johnson is not.
I have not learned that yet, sir, please.
Yeah, Yeah, Prophetkey, let him complete his question.
Yeah. Do you have that political capital? Do you have that political capital to dislodge Prince Johnson from the Capitol building? Secondly, do you have the intellectual capital, that is the intellectual capacity to articulate your vision, to become a good leader, to be an exemplary leader? Do you really have the attribute to actually outpower Prince Johnson from Nimba County? Thank you.
Yes, I do.
Can you please elaborate?
Okay, thank you. First thing first, Prince Johnson is not an intellectual. Prince Johnson is only benefiting from war glory. How many times you see Prince Johnson articulating real tangibles? Prince Johnson is not an intellectual. Prince Johnson is intellectually bankrupt. Prince Johnson only benefiting from that war benefit. Oh, Prince Johnson killed Doe because Prince Johnson never delivered Nimba. The only thing that Prince Johnson killed Doe, that just all. And that killing of Doe, it violates international laws. According to Geneva Convention, you don't kill prisoner of war. So Nimba in front of the war stage, glorifying someone that killed war prisoner, that rings a bell on our sense of reasoning. Prince Johnson is intellectually bankrupt. And let me tell you, Nimba in the county will be petitioning me. 2 months from now, they will petition me. Because they call upon me, Prophetkey, you can lead our people. We see that you get hard for that county. Prince Johnson, his background, my background, Nimba, my background, more so than Prince Johnson. If the man saying he from Toyota, he's supposed to know my father. If the man showing from Toyota, he's growing Toyota, he's supposed to know my father. But I don't think he growing Toyota. Maybe he passed around there, but he don't grow there. So first thing first, Prince Johnson is not loved by the people of Nimba. They only afraid of him. And the people, he playing on the people's mind that I deliver y'all. So when I leave, people will bomb rush y'all, people will overlook y'all, people will bring war. That's the kind of a mindset that Prince Johnson developed on the people of Nimba. The people of Nimba believe that there will be war. There will be war. And when the war comes, Prince Johnson will deliver them. That's an illusion. An illusion. There will be no more war in Liberia. And if there is war today, Prince Johnson capacity cannot be able to defend Nimba County. So Prince Johnson has no intellectual ability to face me one-on-one debate. I will not call Hachimokole station names, but Prince Johnson called them, telling them, say, you should not allow Prophetkey on your show. You should not allow him on your show. Why Prince Johnson a fellow? If I'm not politically capacitated, if I'm ignorant, I have no political backing, why is Prince Johnson telling people they should not allow me on their show? Because Prince Johnson knows that I can bring him back. I have a David that will kill the Goliath. I have a small axe that will cut the big tree down.
So how is your political capital? Do you have more influence in Nimba than Prince Johnson?
I have influence in Nimba and it's growing. Okay? It's growing because everything has to grow. Relationships like a flower. You have to water it so the flower can grow. I'm watering my relationship with my people. Prince Johnson been there 16 years. No tangible to show to the people. The people are fed up. The people are tired. The people waiting for a Messiah who will come to bring about a better Nimba. That's what the people are waiting for. So right. my political theme is growing in Nimba day by day, day to day is growing. And before we get to 2023, when I step my foot on the ground, you will see like when Jesus went to Jerusalem, you will see the thing out. Then you will know that the people actually they are fed up.
All right.
So lastly, Prophetkey, what do you make of the belief or assertion that you have more supporters in America or the diaspora than even the Nimba country you want to be president of? It's all of your people are from the diaspora. All of your people are from America and other places.
Most of the people from the diaspora, they pick my supporters from the diaspora that they can pump in the money. I got two types of supporters. They want in Liberia, they can carry the message. They not get the Benjamin, no money. But those from the diaspora, they can pump the money. So it doesn't mean that I get more supporters in the diaspora more than Liberia. We're not fighting for those in the diaspora. Those in the diaspora, they're already doing good. They only want the better men of Liberia. We are fighting for those in Liberia. But you see, the way the people tell me in Liberia is like the government try to picture me like I'm a bad man, I'm passing around causing people man, and you know, that how they try to turn me out. So people, I got more secret supporters, even in the government. I get secret supporters because they don't want the government to harm them. They don't want to put a harm there, so they keep quiet. And it's good because according to our election law, your ballot is secret. So those secret supporters, they will make it the win.
All right, thank you, Prophetkey. We are running out of time. We'd like to go to Lincoln. Lincoln, you can go ahead and post your 2 questions to the prophet, and then we will hopefully do one more round. And like I said again, before you come on, Lincoln, to our audience who watching, please hit the share button so that this podcast can go worldwide. The prophet is here today. He's our guest, Prophetkey. He's aspiring to run for the senatorial post in Nimba County, and he's our guest today. Lincoln, you can go ahead.
Okay, firstly, I want to send this greeting to all Nibadians. Yago Nimba Yasie. I think that's a saying that say anything for Nimba is good. And we know we Nimbadians, even though I don't want to be that tribalistic, but you know, there's no more water anymore that where people used to deny their own tribe, because when you call your tribe, at the end of the day, they'll get rid of you. So, Prophet, welcome to the show again once more. It's your 3rd time, as Gabriel rightly said, that it's your 3rd time appearing on the Diaspora Talk, where we discuss the issues at all time concerning our country. But let me ask you this one question, but it's a one question, but it's in 3. Prophet, you are a prophet. Now want to be a senator of Nimba County in the future president, because I listened to you on a station in Nimba County where you were there as a guest on the show, and you said that you want to be a senator and next president. So it means you're hitting very hard. But one good thing that I want you to understand is this, Prophet. You know, Liberia, all of these political aspirants or those that are in position, at the end of the day, they got to deal with leave to protect themselves. Prince Johnson, when he became successful in that country, because at the end of the day, he had leave to play with. He did not kill those successfully through his military skills. No. But it was through playing with leave. He had to capture those. And this man that, you are aiming high on, I want to believe personally he's still playing with leave. Even though he says he's a pastor, but I also want to be that he's still playing with leave. And there is something you understand too in the border part of our country, you have to be protected. One way or the other. So all of these government officials, guys are in top position, they are one way or the other playing with leave, Prophet. Are you intending at the end of the day to protect yourself to go and play with leave also? And you as a prophet is playing with leave, doesn't have any problem with your religion? That's one of the things I want to know. And this other question I want to ask my brother Danuka the question, because he was going back and forth with you on the issue of Prince Johnson. apart from the university that Prince Johnson built in Nimba County, apart from the school he has at ELW Junction, apart from the other personal thing he's doing, it's for he and his family. What are those extra things that Nimbadians have benefited from Prince Johnson, apart from going over there and making noise about blah, 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 and at the end of the day, he'll receive money on the table and keep quiet? What are those extra things that Prince Johnson can boast up that Nimbadi will be proud and say, oh, yes, this thing is for us? Not the university he have. It's not for Nimbadians. It's for him and his family. So that's a question that I want to ask you, Prophet. Then I will still ask more as time go by.
Okay. Let me take on the issue of leave. Okay. First thing first, in the book of Psalms, chapter 104 from 14 to 15, it says that the herb were made for the service of man. The herb is automatically a leave. The herb were made to serve you. So if you use the leave to serve yourself, I am not against it. But what I do know, I am already protected by the creator of all the leaves, Yahweh. I'm protected by Yahweh, and I don't need leave to protect myself. But if I happen to go in the county and my elders call me and say, our son, we need to protect you with leave, I will willingly accept it. Because why? Wow. I'm a relation man, and I understand that the leave were made for the service of men. Because I personally, I know that I'm already protected. But if they want to have my protection up.
Okay, I think it's better.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
If they want to add my protection up by giving me leave, I will never refuse it, because I understand the earth is the Lord and those that dwell therein. We never came with nothing on this earth. We came ignorant, we came naked, we met everything here. So if my people will use the leave to protect me, automatically I will accept it without second thought.
Because the Bible says that.
The Bible says the herb was made for the service of man. Psalm 104, 14 to 15. That's what it says. So when it says service of man, you can use it for many things.
All right. Wow. Thank you, Prophetkey. We got to move forward. Lincoln, you done? Because
yeah.
Okay. So again,
come around.
All right. To our viewers, we want you to hit the share button and please post your questions down. We have time to read some of your questions to the prophet. If you have questions to ask him, please put them down. We'll also open the phone lines for you guys to place in your calls. I think we'll be probably accepting like 3 calls for maybe 3 or 4 based on our time. Prophetkey, back to you. I know I follow you on some of your podcasts and your presentations. My question to you before I move to my second question: do you have respect for women?
Yeah, I do.
Thank you. So now going to my question. I know you always make the remarks that words are meant to be used. I'm quoting you directly. And you use a lot of profanity on your show that when it comes to the Liberian society, those are norms that we don't really value. And you now want to serve as senator for the people. Are you going to have rallies in Nimba County and using those languages that you use on your show?
It depends, because men behave according to environment and according to conditions. So if the condition is available where I'm supposed to use the battle cry, because what you call insult, I call it battle cry. Okay? to use the battle cry, I will use it. It depends the condition.
Okay, Emmanuel, you can go and ask one question. We can go around one question, then we'll go to our audience to see if questions and
yes. Prophetkey, once again, I want to also inform you that I grew up in West and I spent some time there with my mother, and I attended Guggen, and I live in Vanwier, very closer to Mr. Bloodwood. Yeah. And let me take you to the county operation. You know, it's a good thing that a Nimbadian in the diaspora or out of Liberia, you want to be a senator. And the position is not only tied to Prince Johnson alone. And the issue of war, we have already crossed this stage of war and other things. Once the election commission gives you the right to run as Senate or president in the country, we all should open our arms, and if you make the case, we believe you, we should follow you. When it comes to Nimba County's development, I think we are one of the county in Liberia, the leading development county in Liberia. We are doing extremely well. And my point to you, I'm not backing Prince Johnson I'm not on Prince Johnson team. I want to make this very clear to you. My point is, the advocacy, Nimbadian advocacy, is not tied to Prince Johnson alone. We have a government who also have a problem. When the money comes to the country, the Liberian government also stranded, and they will convince the Nimbadians, look, this is what we can give you. This is what is on ground. We have to do this. We have to do that. And the Nimbadian, they are reasonable people. They reason. And you going in a house, you have to go and love it. You alone, Prophetkey, can't just agree and you go in the Senate and it happens. You have to love it around the lawmaker. You have to convince people. And our senators and representatives have been doing this for the past year. They've been loving things. But when it comes to that portion where Liberia as a country or the government need money to form like salary and other things expensive, so that there were Nimba 1.5 or other incentive, for sure. So it is about making your case as a senator. You are not going to be a senator to carry on development, to go start greater in rule and other things. You will advocate. You will just keep some.
Emmanuel, due to time, just post your question directly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Prophetkey, this is just my last question. Okay, yeah, my question to you. Okay. You as Prophetkey, if we Nimbadian or Liberian accept you as senator, and looking at your relationship with the president, and you going as a senate, your relationship with the CDC government, today as a senator of Nimba County, what will be your relationship in going around your colleagues and lobbying for the benefit of the Nimbadian? How are you going to carry on that process?
You finish?
I finished.
Okay, thank you. First thing for you said, Nimba is one of the growing, developing county in Liberia. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But Nimba is developing by individuals, not by your government, not by your lawmakers. Individuals, they are doing well for the county. Individuals are making hand mark in the county. Not your government. There are people who fight because the people in Nimba knows that the county deserves better. and the county is situated between two countries that can even attract investors from across the borders. So the people of Nimba are the one that developing the country, not your government and not the advocacy of your lawmakers. Let me move to the next one. How I will love it with my colleagues from my county. First thing first, let me make this clear. There are three separate branches of government. There's the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. Okay, they are separate branch of government. I'm not working for the executive. I'm not going to work for the executive. I'm working for my people. And the branch of government I'm going in operates on its own as the first branch of government. I'm going to checkmate the executive. I'm going to checkmate the executive because the executive is the one that's doing the job. We make the law, we bring the money, we give it to the executive, they go and work. So my job is to checkmate the executive that they do their job. So I'm now going there for friendship. That the friendship that can make the executive can do their job. It's the three separate branches of government. I will separate myself automatically for the executive and work with my colleague. I have to be persuasive to pursue my colleague so I can achieve the goal of the people of Nimba. So my focus here mainly is on my colleague in the legislatures, not on the executive. The executive will be on their toes when they see me, because I am the elder. I'm from the branch of the elders. I make the law. I checkmate the president. I can impeach the president by the help of my colleagues. So I've been over there. The executive will be forced to do their job because when they know people that know their function, the executive will be forced to work.
All right. Thank you, Prophetkey.
And you said one more thing that I'm getting right. If you can remind me.
You say?
You said I think you posed
okay.
3 questions.
Yeah, I think he was just making clarity on the first interaction you guys had. But we will move on due to time. Gabriel, can you go to our audience over there and get some questions that were posted to the prophet from the audience before we move forward?
Okay, let me just guess some question. Number one. Okay,
maybe
let
3
me
questions.
see.
3 questions from the audience.
Okay, so someone here is asking for. I can just get to him.
You can mention the name also. That'll be fine. The person asking the question.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daniel G. Zawu is that Prophetkey. If you win, will you be basing in? No, I didn't get the person. His question is not well pointed out, so I can't really get it. But the same Daniel Zawu is asking for the educational background of Prophetkey. He wants to know the educational background. So that's it. So far, that's it. Yeah.
Prophetkey, you got that question? That's from the audience.
Yeah, my educational background.
Yeah.
I'm a junior high dropout, and by the Constitution does not say I should be a graduate from university or from high school before I become a representative or a senator for my county. Because when you judge someone, you should judge them by the principle that guide the job. Nowhere in the Constitution I say before someone becomes a senator, he should be a university graduate, a degree holder, or a high school graduate. It didn't say it.
Okay. Thank you, Prophetkey. I think that is clear. We have Augustine Tama, and his question reads, my question to Prophetkey, why you always insult women on your talk show or your platform? And then the second question is from Randolph Buffet. He asks, which party ticket are you going to run on in 2023?
Okay, the one is that Prophetkey insulting women, that is wrong, automatically wrong. Those are critics that lack high sense of reasoning. I am always insulting people who are destroying our country economically. People who we put in charge of the country and they are destroying the country in any way necessary. Those are the people that are insulting. I don't go around insulting people, mothers. No. But individuals who destroy the country, killing our people economically, because of them, there is no good health system in the country. Our civil servants are not taking pay. There is no good road. People are enriching themselves. Those are the people that are getting under their skin. They are the ones that are insulting their mothers. Not everyone. I got many females supporters. Many female supporters. How don't people get along with me if I just pass around causing poor man? No.
Okay, so
people that destroy your life.
The next question: do you intend to run on any political party ticket, or you going as an independent? I think that was one of the audience questions.
No, I'm going as independent. I'm going with what we call the free position. I'm not going to run on Unity Party ticket or ALP ticket. I'm a neutral man. I always do my thing neutrally. So I will be neutral, I will be independent, and I will run as an independent, not on any political ticket, because I don't want to be liable of the failure of any political party.
Thank you. Lincoln, so, you can take it from there. Oh, you got some?
Yeah, let me just on that, let me just chip in this. So Prophetkey, Article 30 of the 1986 Constitution clearly lay out the eligibility criteria of the Senate. And it reads, anyone who aspires or is aspiring to be a senator must possess a Liberian citizenship. So I want to know whether you are still a citizen. See? Must be at least 30 years old. From your facial expression, we can know you are more than 30. That one is certain. Must have been domiciled in the country which they represent for at least 1 year prior to the election date. Are you ready now to go back to Liberia to reside there for 1 year prior to the 2023 elections? And also it says that must be a taxpayer. Are you paying tax in Liberia currently? And if so, can you please tell how you are already paying the taxes? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to Liberia next year. Okay, and I am a Liberian citizen. I have not obtained any nationality anywhere. And even if I do, that does not deprive me of being a Liberian. Even if I do, it does not deprive me of being a Liberian. I'm still a Liberian. And to be a domicile in the country, not less than a year, it means probably 1 year. So when I go next year, I will be there for the 1 year. And if I pay taxes, yeah, I do. When I send money to Liberia, the government get taxes for all of the money. So I pay taxes. So I say how to explain the kind of taxes you're talking about, but I pay taxes.
Do you have property in Liberia, and are you paying taxes on the properties?
Yeah, I have property in Liberia, your house in Liberia, your farm in Liberia.
Are you paying taxes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Prophetkey. Lincoln, you can take it from there.
Okay, Prophet, let me ask you this question because I've been knowing you for, should I say, a decade or more than a decade. And I sometimes tell people, how you have been carrying on some activities in a straightforward manner. It's true that many of us may not know you, but for me, I know you. It is true that I do not support everything that you do.
You sounding
But
very
also,
low, Lincoln.
You are sounding very low.
okay, it is true that I do not support everything that you do, but there are some things that I support that you do. You are a child of the sort of Liberia, and we are all Liberians on the platform. My question here to you is this, Prophetkey. Like I said the other time, you've been encouraging us, or you've been encouraging Liberian people to elect bad leaders. Like the issue of Darius Dillon. You campaign for him fully. And today we're seeing some negative reserve on Darius Dillon. Somebody spending their own cash buying ticket and lying to the Liberian people that they did not fly XYZ, flight. So how can Liberian people really take you seriously, Prophetkey, when sometimes you frustrate them? Because if you were encouraged also elect criminals, I'm going to say it that way because there are some evidence. If you were encourage the Liberian people to elect people who would not do the right thing for them, then how can we consider this prophet who is also always telling us to do this, and at the end of the day we regret doing it? That's the first question. And then second, if you win this coming election, because I know it's going to be a very tough thing, and when you go to Liberia, it's going to also be a very tough thing too for you passing around the corner where people know this Prophetkey. President Weah was the one that made you famous in the Liberian community, both home and abroad. Prophet, how are you going to relate with a lot of issues in the country? And what are the tangible things you're going to do for the people in Nimba? The major thing that you think you're going to do for the Nimbadians that they will see today and say, oh yes, Prince Johnson was there for 15 years plus. He did not do this, but that is what Prophetkey did for us.
You finish?
Definitely.
Okay. For the issue of Darius Dillon, let me tell you this. Everybody get their platform, they bring their platform, they present their platform, and we see the platform make sense, we have to support them. But they have to prove to us that they will do or they do what they told on their platform. I'm not God, I'm a man. Okay? Anybody can lie to me. Anybody can deceive me. If Darius Dillon deceive the Liberian people, it means deceive me as well. But I cannot take a blame of a man that came with a good platform, okay, in the interest of the Liberian people, and later he betrayed his own platform. Should I take the blame for that person? No, I'm not God. I'm a man. So Darius Dillon should be here responsible for lying to the Liberian people, not me. We are here to push Liberian agenda. And when this agenda makes sense, we have to push it. I keep no jealous saying in my heart for anyone. When your idea makes sense, we push it. But when you call the idea, we push you, and there you turn out to be a faker, I will go for you. The way you see me, I'm always going for them. I'm not in the background talking to them behind the scene, to close my mouth. So because what you presented to me, I presented it to Liberian people, and you going on the contrary to what you presented, I have to checkmate you. I have to put you on track. And that's what I've always been doing. So I don't think Liberian people should blame me for somebody who not fault. You cannot blame the son for the wrongdoing of the father. Neither can you blame the father for the wrongdoing of the son. Everyone will be punished for their own wrongdoing. But if Darius Dillon does wrong, and I close my mouth, I turn a blind eye, and act like I don't see it, then I'm part of the conspiracy. Because conspiracy is being aware of the crime, you know about it, but you kept quiet and you never inform the authority about it. So when I see Darrell going off hand, off track, you always see me on my show exposing them. Tell you that I'm not part of the conspiracy. So I cannot be blamed for that.
Okay.
So Jado,
your next question
Jado, hang on.
What am I going to do for the Nimbians?
Yeah.
First thing first, I will prioritize education in Nimba. Afterward, we need a serious education drive. You cannot build a country without building the minds of the people. Nimba County needs a standard school. All our public school in Nimba will be renovated. We will equip it with all necessary materials, all sanitary labs that we need to make Nimba educational program up to standard. For me, I'm a relation man.
Somebody in the lower the monitor, if you got a monitor by you. Somebody, if you got a monitor by you,
I think
lower the volume.
Okay,
I think it's better.
Yeah.
It's better.
So, Lincoln, did you get your question answered before we move on?
Yeah, I think it's clear because we don't have a lot of time now. But
okay. So, yeah, this sound is
it happens to be if anybody don't got a monitor around you, you can get lower the phone or you can mute the monitor. You can get
so
it's not going to get too much. You can mute your monitor, you guys. If you have any monitor that you get muted.
It's off.
Or Prophetkey, is that you? You can get mute your monitor because the feedback is
No, not from me.
Okay, I think Gabriel Muso is gone. Maybe it's from Gabriel end.
So Tima, we can go yet 10 more minutes, then we post the number for quarters. That would be
okay.
Fun.
So Prophetkey, you just spoke on the issue of school in Nimba. I know Nimba is a very huge county, and yeah, we understand the educational challenges in that county, but is that the only tangible thing you think the Nimbians need right now?
No, it's not the only thing. It's not the only thing. But there are cardinal things that you have to tackle. Education, healthcare, agriculture,
because
security.
Let me come back to you, Prophetkey. We hear that all the time from politicians because they feel that's what the people want to hear. But how, like you just said, how serious are you when it comes to those issues on development in a county in terms of education, health, and security and all of those things you speak of? How serious are you that being elected as a senator that you will have these things done, and not just saying it because those are things that the politicians always think people like to hear, so they always say those things. Are you going to really implement these projects that you have in mind to do for the Nimba people, or is it something you just one of those politicians who go on all talk show and say I want to do this and this and this, and then at the end of the day, when they become successful, they turn a blind eye? Are you going to be one of those? Because for now, I consider you a politician because you aspire for office. So, are you one of those politicians that are going to be doing that for the Nimba people?
No, let me tell you something. First thing you cannot achieve those projects without money. How I started earlier when I was talking to my brother Emmanuel, I spoke firstly about the development fund. You cannot run project without money. So Nimba need to access of money. When we access the money, then there we will put the money to those cardinal issues that we need to solve in our county. We need to build the minds of our people. Nimba need a serious education, serious one. We have to declare war against illiteracy in Nimba County. We have to declare war against bad health system in Nimba County. We have to declare war against hunger in Nimba County. We get a fertile land, a tropical land. We need to invest into the soil. We have to go back to the soil to feed ourselves again. We have to stop depending on rice coming from overseas. Rice have become political tools in Liberia. We have to put stop to it in Nimba. So, but you cannot do that without money. So we need to access our money.
So yeah, Prophetkey, now go back to the question of, you spoke on the issue of Astera Mental. And you also talk about budget comes from the government every year that goes to Nimba County. And you know our government is always under budget. We struggle when it comes to our yearly budget for the country. So like what kind of mechanism are you going to use to make sure that these funds go to Nimba County when the government don't have it?
First thing first, when I take office, I will access Nimba budget. The one the government get, the one that been coming to the county, I will have total control over it and access it and see what Nimba got. From there, then I will start to engage the government to give our money to us. The Asylum Meta should put the money in our own budget.
Your monitor, please.
Our own budget. We should be responsible for misusing our money, not the government. So I will see to it, I will communicate with the government diplomatically, amicably, but when the government cannot comply, I will take the Nimba people out there, and there will be a serious...
Okay.
I'm sorry, Prophetkey, for that interruption. We would like to tell our viewers the numbers are on the screen there. You can call on WhatsApp. The number right there, so you can call in and make your contributions on the show. Emmanuel,
yeah,
bro, you guys can all voting with Prophetkey.
Try to mute this stuff like
mute.
I'm coming in. Okay, let me go out and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prophetkey, once again, you know, as a brother from Nimba, I know you have the ambition to run for that position, and I'm giving you some piece of information from what is on ground. Because this is the case that if the opposition, Prince Johnson, Jeremiah Kuhn, the Nibadian people are making the case of the money issue. And we have gathered together a lot of evidence that Nimba should receive what they're supposed to receive. They should pay Nimba what they owe Nimba. And CDC is going to election 2023. And CDC will like to play a smart game. If you see now, right now, presently as we speak in Nimba, they have the yellow machine. The yellow machine, they are all over grading the road. They are fixing those villages and other small roads. So if you will have to keep on the track about this money issue, I will give you the information that this thing is already on ground. And this is a key issue right now. And what if CDC try to pay this money or try to give a green light to this money? Where will you stand? Because we are talking about 2023.
Since when?
If I know, Prophetkey, I understand your point. And I also mentioned that even when it comes to county development fund, you are right. The government been owing us. The government almost 6 million. We're talking about. I'm not talking about supplemental money, but I'm saying that this is what on ground. This is what the government is having in a possession from Nimba. Jeremiah Kuhn and Prince Johnson with the other council, they have met as supplemental officials. They talk about the same money issues. So there are so many things. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So what would be your stand if the government say, okay, yeah, this is your money. Okay, we give the environmental money and all of those things. Where will you stand?
No, I will still stand to see how the money will be spent. So if the government gave the money, it's another thing. How you going to spend the money is another thing. You see that?
You're right. I understand your point.
So let me just come in with this.
Gabriel, before you come on, I would like to tell the audience the number is right there. You can call on WhatsApp and make your contribution on the show. The number is right down on the screen. So yeah, Gabriel, you can take it from there.
Yeah, Prophetkey, it is presumed that you have been out of the country for like 30 years. I stand to be corrected, or like 30 years, 30 to 20, 20 to 30 years. And now you want to go back 1 year prior to election. I mean, do you read within that 1 year, will you really understand the issue, the nitty-gritty? I mean, do you really, is that time sufficient for you to really understand the challenges, the constraint, everything within that big county? Because Nimba is one of the biggest counties.
Yeah.
Can you really understand the issue before that time? After being out of the country for up to 30 years? I mean.
Okay, gentlemen, let's take this call up quickly.
No, I'm not bad. How can you conclude? Why have your proof that I'm not going to tell you?
Prophetkey, we'll get right back to you. We got a caller on the line. Yeah,
let's
go
get
ahead.
on this caller. Hello, caller. Your name and where you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Oloki. I'm calling from Marrakesh, Morocco.
You calling from where?
Yeah, from Marrakesh, Morocco.
Marrakesh. Okay. What's your take quickly?
Yeah.
The prophet in studio or the?
My question. Yes. Yeah, and my question is this to Sharon. I say, welcome to my brother. I want to know from my brother, the prophet that he said before, I remember 5 years ago, he said he didn't want to be a president, he's not dreamed of being a part of government, but he wanted to help, bring people or help us spiritually. So I really want to know from the prophet what really interesting now, to be into politics, and then make a man to be a politician or a senator for Nimba County, and we like two things cannot occupy space. And we will be on here to still bring the relations to us as true and justice. So why is today he's coming? Because I said remember 5 years ago, he said he will be a president, he will be a senator, he will be a representative. He wants to be a president. He said he will be a president. So why do they want to go that low as a senator?
So are you part of the religion, truth and justice?
Of course.
Okay, thank you. Prophet, can respond to your question. Yeah, so that's it there. Prophet, he can respond to the question while we are with the audience.
Okay, he said that 5 years ago, and I said that I'm not going to become president. I'm going to be involved into politics, but now what intrigues me, 5 years and now are two different things. Human beings adapt according to their environment.
Yeah.
The environment now is a political environment, and you cannot make a change if you are not in the position of authority. How am I going to make a change? I'm not going to make a change. So I have to be in a position of authority before I make a change. I like I should talk till now, to the end of time. So long I'm not in the position of authority, I cannot change nothing. Only those in the position of authority can change something. I've seen that Liberia need a basic change for the betterment of the people, and those in position are not doing it. I've been talking over the time and nothing changing. So myself, I need to be involved to change things.
Okay, Gabriel, you were posting a question before the call came in. You can go ahead from there.
Yeah, I think the prophet understood my question. I was just asking. It is
Let's take this
presumed.
call quickly, gentlemen.
All right,
Please, we got a call coming
will
from
hold you.
America. Let's take this call, please.
Okay.
Hello, caller, your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Prince Double. I'm joining you from Kentucky, Louisville.
Okay, Prince Double joining us from Kentucky. That's in the US of A. What's your take? We have the incoming senator for Nimba County, Prophetkey, here in studio.
Yeah, my name is Prince Double again. I want to know the prophet real name, his legal name, the name he was born with, his parent gave him. That's on birth certificate in Liberia. I know he's a Liberian guy because I've been knowing him for a very long time. But my audience on the side, the people on the side want to know the man's real name. His name is parent gave him. And then secondly, my second question here is that we all know Liberian African politics, and we've been following one of his colleagues or one of his friends or one of the guys he's been promoting, or Yeke Koruba, who is in the habit of insulting the president's dead mother and saying things outside of normal things. We want to know if he's talking about all these things he's going to do for Nimba County. You want an education system, you want a school, the healthcare, agriculture. These are really good things. But if you are in the habit of attacking the executive, especially the president dead mother, do you think the president will work with you knowing African politics? Everything that goes to the legislature and comes down for the president to prove it, these things are politics. Politician will take it to the executive and the president will take it and don't even listen to you. We see you get causing all the noise. Nobody want to listen to him. Even to pay the man his benefit, nobody even doing it. Do you think you're going to help your people with this kind of behavior?
Thank you, my brother. Have a wonderful time.
Okay, that's Prince Double. I know him. I'm a brother from Abidjan. So he asked him my real name and people bomb me with. My real name and people bomb me with our old partner. But in Abidjan, I was using Justin Man. And man is not my father. That my sister Cecilia father name my Oma try to force on her only because my brother from different part was in London, and my Oma said just in case my brother was sent for us, I should use my brother's name. So that man is not my name. My name is Yezian. So all my property again in Liberia, I never use that name. Hachimogole, Justin Man or nothing. Because my Oma forced that name on me. And first thing first, I am emancipator. I'm an African. I cannot be using a European name. So the name that my people gave to me, that I are using, but all the other names that I inquire on the way because of condition, I drop them. Now when I buy my property, I use my original name that I've been using before I was born. Now they want to put on me later because to benefit certain things. And secondly, he spoke about how am I going to work with the executive. Let me tell you, politics has to be persuasive. First thing, when I enter in our house, automatically, John Weir will find a way to work with me. And myself too, I will find a way to work with him, but in the interest of the people of Nimba. Not to exploit the Nimba, because it's a three separate branches of government, but we are all intertwined as a Liberian government. So automatically, we need to work together. So we will find a common ground to work. That is a must. Because I have to push the agenda of my people. So we have to find a common ground to work. If the president don't want to work, then the people will know that this president don't want to work. And if he don't want to work, I will embarrass him with the population of Nimba. Because Nimba is the second most populated county in Liberia. So he will be forced to work with me.
All right, Prophetkey.
The population has my backing.
Thank you. We will move forward. Gabriel, go ahead. Lincoln, if we have any call coming in, let us know. Gabriel, you can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, so it was just a short question. I just wanted to know, after being out of Liberia for like 30 years, presumably 30 years, whether Prophetkey still understand the constraints, the conditions within Nimba County right now. Because he'll be in Nimba just 1 year prior to election. Is that sufficient to really understand the issue of that big county, as he stated, the second most populated county in Liberia? Thank you.
Yeah, the world now is a global village. You can sit to where you are and know what happening in any part of the world. Depend on the network you're using. I'm engaged with my people, connected with my people, and I know what's taking place in Nimba, even more than people die. Even people come and say, but we are here, things that you can tell us, we don't even know it. So let's forget about I've been out of Liberia because of 15 years. The last time, how you call it? 15 years. Let me say 15 years. And the last time I sneak in, we cannot count it. Okay? So that's the 15 years. Since 2006. And the last time I sneak in, 2021. Okay? So that doesn't mean I'm not in constant engagement, contact with the people of Nimba and know what happened.
Let's take in this call.
I get my ready to Nimba.
I think China. Let's take in this call.
All right, Prophet. We got a call.
Hello, caller. Your name and where you joining us from?
Hello, I'm John Sai, calling from China.
John Sai calling you from China. And to be specific, in Beijing?
No, Guangzhou.
Oh, in Guangzhou. Okay. That's good. Let's hear your question. We have the incoming senator of Nimba County, Prophetkey. He's here with us in the studio. So, what's the question to him?
Okay, first, I want to say hi to the Prophet on the platform. How are you, Prophet? How are you doing? And secondly, I want to give my one or two advice as well before asking question. To my dear Prophet, actually, I follow your show most often, and I really do believe what you fight for. But I want to appeal to you that maybe sometimes you have to be very cool on our mothers. Yeah, that's all. But for what you fight for, I'm ready because the people you're insulting, that's the same women that born them. And then it will be better you channel your insult to the person that doing the act directly. Thank you for that. And my question to you, Prophet, you'll be going Liberia next year, as you said. How's your security standing going back to Liberia after all these things that are happening, like you and the president going back to 4 other government officials? How is your security status in Liberia? Thank you.
That's a very beautiful question. So, Prophet, you got it, and that's a question that anyone want to ask the Prophet.
Yeah, first, the president took oath to protect me.
Prophetkey, 1 minute.
Please. Hello, caller from Liberia. Your name and where you calling us from exactly?
Got a call coming in just 1 minute.
Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yeah. From Liberia, right?
Yeah, I'm calling from Liberia. Can you from Liberia?
Okay, my brother. What's your take quickly?
My name is Michael John. I'm from Kansas City, Manhattan.
From Kansas City. Okay, Michael John. Let me ask you a question quickly before you can ask your question. How is the news about Prophetkey wants to run for, the senatorial position in Nimba County? How's that message resonating there with the Nimbadians?
Well, everybody can declare their intention. They really need to push your intention. That's all. The news is all around here.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay.
It's one of the popular guys.
Okay, run through your question quickly.
My question has to do with Prophetkey declaring the intention to run for senatorial position in Nimba here, which is one of the most second populated county in the world. When it comes to Prophetkey, he abuses language he uses on media. Then a civil person of Nimba and knowing the tradition and norms of Nimba County to go on show abusing women, I want to understand if he really want to be a leader in this country. Do he Prophetkey honors to the traditions and norms of Nimba? Because if he does,
we don't expect him to go as far as abusing women in the country, or even on his social media. There are women that listen to the issue. So I want you to understand, if he becomes senator, is he going to be the one abusing our moral Nimba, as he usually does on his platform?
Okay, thank you, Carter. Thank you. So there are two questions. One, the guy asked for your security, how you look at the security issues, and then the second question happens to be if after whether you know the culture or the I think tradition of Nimba country. So go ahead, Prophet.
Yeah, I'm really getting a good, but I think let me try and see the one I pick up. He's saying, how am I going to do with the people of Nimba because I'm always in the habit of insulting? Is that right?
Yeah, that was the last question.
He didn't just want to say
first
that.
Thing first, I'm a kinsman know that.
He said, I said, whether you know the tradition, maybe
I know the tradition more than him. First thing first, insult is part of the down culture. The word glub plus C. The word, the insult from the word of the dead. Glub plus C. Because glub came from the word of the dead. We call it masquerade, but in the down culture, it's not just mask that you see it. It means for the word of the dead. That glub plus C. You use insults on people who are witchcrafts, people who are wicked, people who are dealing, people who destroy society. You use insult on them to break them down. It's a ritual. During the war, maybe most of the people I'm talking now, they never lived in the war. They never saw the war. You saw our brothers and our sisters that were referred to as freedom fighters. They were using the insult as ritual. Every day they insult Samuel Kayando. Every day they insult him because the idea is that this man is a bad man. The more you insult him, you make him to make mistake, and you will catch him. And it works. So they should not be telling me about culture. Because when the damn masquerade come outside to play, the first word they use is insult. You see people mix the culture with Christianity. They're trying to judge me with a Christian idea. When you go to the culture, because our culture is wiping away. It's wiping away by religion. Our culture is under attack by those Western religions. Our value is under attack.
So,
but a real ancient down man,
Prophetkey,
a real down knight who understands the culture, when they see me insulting, they understand that yes, I'm fighting against evil. Because in the down culture, you fight evil with insults. So that person I'm talking, they don't know the culture. Maybe they're born during the war.
All right, Prophetkey, let's go to the next question. We're running out of time. The other guy called from China asked about your security. You intend to go back to Liberia? Do you have security team in place, for your protection and all of that? So
yeah, I have security team in place. I've been talking to some special forces in the country that will protect me, but all is not to it. George Viatu will also provide. I don't want to call him, but I'm talking to some special forces in the country to protect me. My team talking to them. They will protect me, and George Viatu have to provide security for me too, because George Viatu took oath to protect life and property. So he has said to have to arm my security up. So I'm not worried about security.
So, Timas, we can get 3 more calls. Then I leave with caller. Let's hear from the caller from America. Hello, caller.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, caller.
Yeah,
your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, my name is Jared. You getting me?
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is for Prophetkey, right? When Prophetkey last appeared on this program, somebody told him that how can he unsee? Hello.
Make your point, my brother. Go ahead. Oh, and that way is breaking. So let's hear from the next caller from Liberia. Hello, caller. Your name and where you joining us from?
Hey, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, man.
Calling from Liberia.
Okay, Sekou calling from Liberia. Exactly where? Where in Liberia?
From Ghana'sville.
Okay, make your point quickly.
Okay, my question goes to the prophet. I want to know, the prophet been on the world stage for a long time, and now he's trying to, apply for the senatorial seat. when he becomes senator, who's going to be running the show? And the next one, I also want to know, if he becomes senator, if he becomes senator, he teaching somebody that's going to be running the show, or he's still going to be coming on the show to continue the show? Thank
you. Let's hear from the second caller quickly. Call your name and where you joining from again.
Yeah, my name is Gary. I'm calling from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Iowa, make your point quickly.
Yeah, I said on the program, somebody asked him that he was going to unseat Senator Prince Johnson, who is loved by Nimba. And his answer, I 100% agree with his answer that Prince Johnson is not being loved, he's being feared. So my question to Prophetkey is, what assurance can you give to the Nimbayan, because you said the fear Prince Johnson that was putting him to office? So what assurance can you give Nimbayan to alleviate their fear that you're going to be their new hope to defend them instead of Prince Johnson? Because for my insight, Prince Johnson did not defend Nimbayan. He went for Rufia. He was a double to the other people who defended Nimbayan. So please tell Prophetkey, what can he give to the Nimbayan in the absence of Prince Johnson fear?
Thank you. Let's take this last caller. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, your name and where you joining us from?
I'm actually anywhere. I'm joining you from Asia Qatar.
Asia Qatar, what is that? Where is that?
Qatar.
Okay. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, Qatar. Yes, I want to ask a Prophetkey of questions. With his manner of approach on the radio, because I've been following his show, the number of insults that he presents on his show, how do we think that people from Nimba County will follow him when he declares his intention to contest the election?
Thank you. Okay, so gentlemen, we call it a day. That's the 3 questions there. I hope we all remember to help Prophet answer this question. I think the one I can recall, Prophet, if any of you guys two can join, is the guy asked about what's the question again? Gentlemen, you gotta help me, man.
Yeah, I know one of the questions was asking Prophet. One of the callers were asking him about his okay, the last caller asked what he gonna do in the absence of Prince Johnson. The other caller talked about he leaving and who's gonna represent him on the show.
Yeah, who's gonna control the show? Okay.
Yeah, those were the 2 I grabbed from those questions.
And the other guy wanted to know about the assurance, because according to Prophetkey, you said that the people fear Senator Prince Johnson. I mean, he's not loved by the people. So what's the guarantee there? What can you, because some of the people are afraid of Prince Johnson, they keep voting for him. Can you help the people that they cannot be afraid of him anymore? That you're gonna be the Messiah for them. I think that's what the guy want to know.
Okay, let me answer them one at a time. The people fear Prince Johnson. So what am I going to give to them for them to eradicate that fear of Prince Johnson? First thing first, I'm going to give them knowledge and wisdom. Why the people are afraid of Prince Johnson is because of Prince Johnson, he's a killer. He can kill innocent people. More often the people that Prince Johnson care, that people who hand tie, who fought tie, they can fight for themselves. And the people that Prince Johnson killed. So I will make my people to understand, look, those days is over. War is over. Prince Johnson cannot defend you no more. The only thing that can defend you is the Constitution of Liberia. You, Prince Johnson, was fighting because the Constitution was violated by a tyrant leader, Samuel Kanyado. That's why Prince Johnson joined into the revolution. But now we don't need Prince Johnson. We need a Constitution. So you don't have to worry when Prince Johnson is not there. No, the Constitution is there to protect you. The Constitution is there to make you succeed. So in the absence of Prince Johnson, we will make our people to understand your protection is not by an individual, a warlord, but rather your Constitution protects you. We will push that knowledge in our people because our people don't know where their protection lies. Your protection does not lie with Prince Johnson. Not at all. Anything you see individual coming, taking arm to protect people, it means the Constitution has been violated. So when the Constitution is violated, people will do otherwise to protect their people. But now that the Constitution is intact and we are bound by the Constitution, we don't need no more war law.
All right. Thank you, Prophetkey. The next question was, you going to run for senatorial position. Who's going to be hosting your show, or who's going to, because I think all your viewers now going to be disappointed that you're leaving the show to go run for office. So how can you address that? He laughed.
And that's a good question. Who will host the
show?
You'll be in a hustle Sunday, you running your show up. Like, how you gonna do it though?
No, I think
who is going to host it just like you, just like you? Are you training somebody to present just like you?
The question is the most difficult question. Who will run the show in the absence of the prophet? We will run the show.
Man, a lot of calls like, bro, I think we'll have to take 5 calls.
In the house of legislature, we'll run the show there.
Yeah.
Prophetkey, we can get a show to Prince Johnson to be running it.
Prophetkey, no, on a serious note, the audience will to hear your answer though, because I think all your fans will be very disappointed.
No, the show. We will still run the show. We will still run the show, but there will be some changes to the show because we will be engaged with the Liberian people to see to it, to deliver for the people of Nimba. Okay? So we will run the show, but there will be some changes. You know, life is always changing. Nothing is really stable in life. Even science prove it. Life is changing every day. So that will be one of the change that will take place in the show. So there will be a change, but we'll still be in charge of the show, but there will be a change in the way we run the show. But we'll still be on the war stage, but there will be a change. Like Dara Jelon. And Dara Jelon still senator, but you still have a show.
Okay. But let's go to the callers. We'll hold you there for a minute.
Yeah, let's take at least 5 callers in your Prophetkey answer all of them.
Yeah.
But he will just respond to 1 or 2. Yeah. You have to hear the view. Yeah, make your point quickly. Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is Diaspora talk. Go ahead, make your point quickly.
This is Oliver Toko from Ghana supermarket in Liberia. Prophetkey said that he wanted for senatorial election 2023. We're going to vote for Prophetkey after he has insulted everybody more on the social media. Nothing like bro, just say that okay, yes, I'm going to feel moving 11 years.
Can you ask your question, please, and start making
question.
Prophetkey become a senator. Will he not stay insult people more?
Okay, thank you. Prophetkey will respond to that. Prophetkey will respond to that. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
See the kind of a crazy callers, eh? That's why sometimes I won't take you.
No, they get it wrong. Amen. As I'm here, I'm called Amen, man, before I know the man, man.
Hello, Prophet, I beg you, man.
You very concerned one more. I don't know that man. I don't call that man before, but the man that I'm calling the man. You see, I working thing. You know the thing is,
let's take more calls. Let's take more calls. At least about 5 calls. Then Prophetkey, you can respond to 1 or 2. Yeah, hello, my brother. Your name and where you joining us from?
Oh, yeah, this is Henry Stewart.
Okay, Henry Stewart joining us from where? Exactly. Let the audience know.
Medi advice.
From Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Let's hear your take, my man, Stewart. Go ahead.
Yes. My thing about people running for senatorial position is that, and I'm especially for Liberia, I think this is about time that we set high standards for Liberia, and we cannot continue to reduce our country.
You're making a comment or you asking a question? Which one is that?
No. It's a comment. It is not a. a question, and it goes to
Okay,
it goes to Prophet Keith. What moral can you bring to the Liberian society, especially that we have young children that have been watching your show. You've been abusing mothers. Okay, senators are policy makers. So, what sort of policy are you going to make when that you have been so profound over the years?
Okay, thank you, Steve.
That's my question.
Thank you. So let's hear from another caller from Liberia. Hello, caller. Your name and where you joining us from?
My name is Rich. And I call you Sabbath.
Okay, make your point quickly.
I know at the prophet, because the prophet always saying that words are meant to be used. So when he's a senator, he use the words that he always uses.
Okay, thank you. The prophet got that question. Let's hear from another caller. Hello, caller. Joining us from where?
I'm joining you from Korea.
Make your point quickly.
This is Patricio Lapatio. First thing I want to say thanks to the prophet in studio. I listened to his expose, and he's been very accurate with what he's been saying. I just want to say thank you to all of you for keeping the prophet on the show, and I pray that God will guide him through what he want to be in Liberia, because Liberia is a country that you have to be tough. There are a lot of people, there are so many people who have voted people that killed people in the country, but they got issues with a man who is insulting criminals. So I want to encourage the prophet to continue his journey. Let God guide him through his journey. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Okay. Gentlemen, this is our last caller. I think so let's get a response, and gentlemen, we can call it a day. Master for me, and you can
but I think you have me with the question, but one that I got. The individual said, what would be the difference I would bring to the Senate?
Most 2 or 3. That's okay. Am
I right?
Yeah, go ahead.
He said, what would be the difference I bring to the Senate, because I'm always in the hobby of insulting. You see, one thing about the prophet, you can see that the prophet is a fair man. He's transparent. He don't shy away that he can insult people. I don't shy away from it. I'm not a faker. And I'm never going to be a faker, because I'm causing for a good reason. Like I always say, when you do bad for good reason, God loves it. Even the Bible, Abraham lied that a woman was his sister. Lied about it, but God loved it. Moses killed the Egyptian and hide in the sand. Okay, it's not good, but God loved it. Afterward, God called Moses to lead the Israelites out. When you do bad things for good reason, God loves it. And one thing I would take to the Senate, I would take transparency and accountability. My fellow Liberian, I've been on the social media for almost 4 years. I've been playing with money. People bring me money, money go out, money come in, money go out, money come in. If we can calculate all the money I've been coming to me, we can say 100,000 plus. Same 4 years. But you have never heard from anybody say, Prophetkey stole the people money, Prophetkey eat the money, now care project. Now I'm building hospital in Bombing County. Places where politicians went in the unfinished hospital. They promised the people. Eddie Snowden went there. Other people went there. Promised the people. People get them chicken. They eat the people chicken. I got a video here with me. But they abandoned the people. But I mean, took the project. Labrepo, you better wake up, eh? You better wake up, eh? You better find people to build your country instead of you putting yourself down. You find people to build that country. There are people who can spoil you with terminology while you're trying to die right before your eyes. They will not see the 15th birthday. I will carry accountability, transparency, love for country to that Senate. And I've been doing it 4 years.
Thank you, Prophetkey. So
blind minute, you remember that time when the blind minute we are carrying food to them in Gardnerville? I'm gonna get how much back already said I want it. They said people can come and give over 15 bag of rice. You give you 2 bag of rice. I the one who went getting 15 bag of rice to the brown people. I the one who went there. They never had pipe to run water to the brown people school. I went there and bought pipe for water and sewer to give them running water today. I did it. I in the habit every Christmas, New Year to feed the widows.
All right. So, Prophetkey, I think that question was answered. The next question that was asked by Lincoln, he talked about you intending to run for the House of Senate, and senators are policy maker. Now, he asked, what are those policies that you have in place that you're going to implement to benefit the people of Nimba County?
First thing first, the policy I get in place, I've been bringing my policy out, in and out. I told you, say, I will focus on education. Okay? You cannot build a country without building the minds of the people. There will be a policy to see to it education should be the cardinal thing in Nimba County. Because I have done sufficient research on the Nimba. If I put it in a layman term, the Nimba are Jews. But I don't like to say Jews because I know where Judaism comes from. That's why I say in a layman term. So when a man is a Jew, you should know the man have a high IQ, a very high IQ of reasoning. So I have to enhance that IQ by giving my people education. I will put those policies in place for education, for agriculture, for security, for good governance. I will engage the judicial branch of government in that county to see to it that they should not take side in executing their duty as judges. Those policies will be put in place for Nimba. You will see Nimba like you are seeing a country. It's going to be a country, but that country. But you will see Nimba for a country spotlight because no county will reach to the standard that I will put Nimba on.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prophetkey. I think that should do it for our show today. But before we leave for today, Lincoln, do you guys have anything to wrap up before Prophetkey can give his parting statement?
From my end, let me just close from my end to actually ask Prophetkey, because politics is very, very timely. I mean, you have to be very, very much strategic. I just want to add Prophetkey, strategically looking at things. Is 2023 the right time for him? Is he missing out something here? Why is he really looking at the thing that 2023 is the right time for him? And secondly, politics is, financially intensive. It requires a lot of money. Where will he get the money to actually fund his ambition, to resource his vision or dream? What are his sources of income? Where is he going to get that money from?
Yeah, Prophetkey.
They don't get the money from to sponsor a campaign. And I find out people.
Darrell didn't work in the Senate. I think Darrell was working. He had some money, so Darrell was.
Emmanuel, you can.
Yeah. So are you relying? So will you be relying on the diaspora to fund your campaign?
I'm going to rely on the diasporans, real life, and I'm going to have it for you. I will even call a prayer for support. Y'all be one of my support base because my team are already sketched the petition committee, and 6 persons will come on the committee from Asia, from Australia, from Europe, and 9 from America. Okay, so I need a diasporan support. That don't have $3 in your account when he came out. So that's like me tell you what I bring for love here. They don't want your money though. They will bring your own money.
Okay,
Emmanuel, and we saw it with Darrell. when you see politicians spend their own money too much, just know the point love them.
Prophetkey, thank you for addressing that. Emmanuel, we want to go to you before Lincoln, then we can ask our guest for you.
For me, I just let you give a comment because no time. That's us.
Yeah.
Prophetkey, as my king's man, I would like to inform you on your competitors. Means that he always used in Liberia, and people refer to the Nimbadians that they are afraid of him. Nimbadians are this, are that. Prince Johnson, looking at him, he's very smart in making quick move. When it comes to Eddie Johnson Sirleaf, when Prince Johnson see the political dynamic, when he's shaving, he quick on shaving along with it. Prince Johnson will look at the system and know that the political system and need to be part of it. He did it with Eddie Johnson Sirleaf. He went there very fast. When it comes to Georgia, he went there very fast. And the Nimbadians are standing up for their money. He already there with them. So, as a brother, I will also inform you that as a candidate, you should be careful and you should make sure and go closer to the system so that it can be very easy instead of it being like Ide Gonglo where that were against the system and Jeremiah couldn't come and succeed before her. So that's just my advice to you.
Okay, thank you, Mario. Lincoln?
Yeah, the thing here is this, right? The Prophet, I want to take this time to appreciate you a lot for coming on this platform. Every time, whenever we reach out to you, it shows your dedication to Liberians, one for them to hear your plot, what you got in store for them. But one thing I would like to say also, Prophet, like it is often said, what is the word said? It's going to be very difficult for you, but never give up. Keep trying. Even if 2023 is not successful for you, you might like to get it another time. President we had did in 2005, 2011, and he is right now at 2017 becoming president of Liberia. You can do the same. You're a very strong man. You're a tough guy. I know no one on this one is perfect. Not even our own pastors and bishops. They all have their own shortcomings. And one thing that people fail to realize, every sins are equal in the eyes of God. The man who steals and the man who kills, the sins are all equal. So it is not because John Brown did this and Peter is doing the other one, you feel that Peter owns more. In the sight of God, all are equal. So there is something we need to understand. Prophetkey has a different form of sending out his message out to the Liberian people. Other people have different forms to do the same. But the major thing that we should take into consideration is the message or the messages that are sent. Those are things we should take into consideration, but let us do away, by looking at the other parts. Because everybody have a shortcoming. There are somehow we are even worse than the people we complain about every day. Prophetkey, keep out the good work, and I know you can do your best. By the end of the day, just know that there is a great challenge ahead of you because right now, Senator Prince Johnson, he has overcome Nimba. I'm saying in the sense that Nimbadians now are on his feet. It is true that Nimbadians themselves are individuals developing a county, they are doing well than those guys in position. But like you said, the people are afraid of him because of the track record. That's one of the things, Liberians, it is true that the war is no more in our country, but that still played on our mind. When we hear about, this man was a top general, he was SYC and blah, 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 people still get afraid of this. The reason is simple because these guys have not been prosecuted. This guy was to be placed beyond bars, eating their years and things. Even if they come outside, nobody will get time for them because at the end of the day, they're doing crazy thing, go by the prison. But the people passing all around the street free. They got their loyalty, so people are afraid of them. So keep up the good work. At the end of the day, we are all Liberians and want to see our country becoming a better place. But we can go be that one to change Liberia tomorrow. Who knows? So we cannot deprive him. He's a citizen of our country. Once he meet the criteria, what is said by election committee to contest, he should be given a chance. So I think that's all that I have to say. But I think we have a wonderful time with Prophetkey, and we will always do.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother Lincoln. Before Prophetkey gave his parting statement, again, I want to thank you, my brother. Prophetkey, this is my first time interacting with you. I've been seeing you on social media. But one thing you struck in this conversation that I deeply admire because I'm a fan of that when you talked about accountability and transparency. I respect and believe people who hold that at a very high esteem because that's what I think Liberia needs. And with leaders going with that mindset, I respect them for it because if everybody in Liberia had that mindset.
What's hearing you?
Oh, really?
No, I hearing you, Vanessa. I think.
But I hearing you.
Oh. Okay.
So
from your monitor. You getting me now?
I hear you.
Yeah, I think it's Lincoln monitor.
Just go ahead. I think he's the one that tempo away.
Okay, so as I was saying, Prophetkey, I respect you for that. I saw some of the audience there making comments, which is bad. Someone who killed your mother than someone who insult your mother. So so that's the comparison between you and Senator Johnson. I wish you all the luck. I like for young people to have big ambitions. Like our former president said, if your dream don't scare you, then it's not big enough. So I wish you well, and I wish you the best in your political journey. So for now, Prophetkey, we will give you at least 5 minutes to have a parting statement for the show today, and then we'll call it a day for the Diaspora Talk show today.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I give my parting statement, I want to set the record straight because I'm a relation man. I saw my brother putting concerning sin that all sin are equal. Hello? Hello?
I get you, Prophet.
I think only Lincoln having a problem with him.
Lincoln said all sin are equal, but I want to prove you wrong. All sin are not equal. There are categories of sin. Someone who killed, and someone who insult, someone who steal, and someone who rape, they don't have the same punishment. You can turn with me in the book of 1 John chapter 5 verses 16 to 17. It reads us, if you see any brother or sister commit a sin that does not lead to death, you should pray and God will forgive them life. I refer to those whose sin does not lead to death. There is a sin that leads to death. I am not saying that you should pray about that. All wrongdoing is sin, and there are sin that does not lead to death. All wrongdoing, that's sin. But there are categories of sin. There are certain sins that when you commit, you have to die. There are certain sins that when you commit, your punishment does not deserve death. So we should know this. Okay? So before I leave, I would also like to say excuse to my kinsman, because from the beginning of the show, I was harsh on him. I know Emmanuel. The fact of the matter is that even if my talk will hear you, give me chance, let me speak, then you can come in. Now all I'm trying to push here. Even if I'm not making sense, but the time I get to talk, let me expose myself. But when both of us start to fight, nobody will understand who's saying this and who's saying that. So I would like to say, Emmanuel, I love you, and excuse me because I was harsh on you from the beginning of the show. I just wanted to impart certain knowledge in you, regardless you agree with what the person is saying or not, but allow him to talk. The moderator that moderating the show, I think you understand that. So, and to move on, to all my supporters around the world, and those in which are going to liberate in Nimba County, I'm your senator in waiting. I'm bringing transparency, accountability, education to you for a better Nimba. And like I said on our show, when I become a senator, there will be a stereotype between Israel and Nimba. Israel, there's a lost tribe of Israel. Those guys in the house, they don't know how to go to Israel and love it because they don't understand Judaism. They don't understand religion. Nimba has the lost tribe of Israel, the Dan tribe. When I become a senator, I will pave that way. I will bring that connection between the Kenasa and Nimba County because the Dan people are the lost tribe of Israel. Israel went to the Igbo land in Nigeria and built their embassy in the east, all because the Igbo people believe that they are from the tribe of Israel, they are Jews. But there is no tribe in Israel called Igbo. But there is a tribe in Israel called Dan. So when I become a senator, rest assured, you will benefit from Israel. I will take your chiefs. I will take your sons to Israel. I will smooth that relationship between Israel and Nimba. And Liberia will also benefit because we are the lost tribe of Israel. So to all my supporters, we are already drafted the petition committee, okay, that will be taking 6 members from Europe, Asia, Australia, 9 from America. We have to come together, strategize for us to empower our people in Nimba to petition Prophetkey that there will be a big gathering in the place of my birth in Tapata. So you guys are on board. Call me, send me a message if you want to be part of the committee, but there will be a vetting process because there are certain responsibilities you need to meet before we can put you on board. So I would like to say thank you to Asia Premier. You guys are doing well, and I can see that this platform is a balanced platform. You people are asking relevant questions in the interest of our people, and you guys are friendly, as you were made. And when you like I always say, when you treat it like a friend, he will behave like a friend. When you treat it like an enemy, he will behave like an enemy. So you guys treat me like a friend, so automatically I have to behave like a friend. So I appreciate you. I tell you thank you for the show. And let God continue to bless you, give you more idea to continue to grow the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Prophet, before you leave, one of your followers just want you to tell us what's the meaning of Zialetule. You are always saying that. I mean, it's becoming a slang all over now, Zialetule. What's the meaning of that?
Some people get feed out. It's a word that existed before in Liberia. No, I created that word. It's a combination of the Dan language from different places. The word Zialetule, from my understanding, is to make something succumb, to put something under control. When something is in Zialetule, then mean that person has succumbed. That thing is under control as Zialetule. So when they say, oh, the prophet put a show on Zialetule, it means the show was under control. He made the people to succumb. Everything was under his control. So Zialetule is to put something under total control.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much.
Prophet,
Thank you.
Prophet,
Emmanuel, we have to call it. Lincoln, are you getting us?
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Prophetkey, for being with us.
Thank you so much, Prophet. Hope to have you another time.